We need the hips to be surrounded. Any two limbs around your partner's hips. We need to gain. Good, sir. Win the game. Any two limbs around the hips wins the game. Sorry, guys. Relax. Relax.
Hey guys, we're here at Grapple Collective. We've got the
Greg
famous Greg Souders, Jiu-Jitsu famous at least, here with us. He's been with us for a few days. He's teaching a camp here, which has been amazing so far. Thanks for being here, first of all, Greg.
Of course, sir, man. I love it, man.
Pleasure
It's
to
been
have you.
great. Yeah, it's my first time in London, so I've enjoyed it so far. Yeah. So luckily, when I got here, I had a few days to kind of just hang out before I even started. So I got a chance to train with Max and some of his students. And the first thing that came to my mind was how good the culture was here. You know, I really appreciated how focused the students were, how everyone interacted with each other. It just felt good, man. I instantly felt comfortable at home, and so yeah. So it's been great so far. Another thing I noticed just by interacting with students, even before we even started, is they were already particularly task focused. They didn't feel chaotic or wild. It's like they knew what they were trying to accomplish, and that came through very clearly, even when interacting with me. And I felt cool because they treated me like anyone else, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I just appreciated that, man. So yeah, it's been good so far, yeah. Even in the camp, everyone out here, you can tell has come here for that reason. They want to learn, they want to know, and they convey that so easily. Sometimes when I go to other places, the students have a hard time taking that task focus and working right away. Nobody here did. I barely had to say anything about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been good.
Makes sense. Yeah, the camp like sold out in, I think it was, well, it sold out in a few hours, and we had to do a whole second round of sessions because the demand was just that high. People were already asking for tickets before I had time to say that it had sold out. And yeah, and even with there's like over 50 people, it sold out in less than 48 hours. So like everyone that's here is just like really, really on it. So
Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
For sure. Makes me feel good too, man, because you don't know who's interested in what you have to say. Like, I would never assume that what I have to say is important outside of the value that people give it.
Yeah.
And to see that people find value in what I have to say and are so willing to come here and to be at the school and spend the money, or even you to be willing to bring me out here, makes me feel great, man.
Oh,
And-
man, I couldn't wait.
yeah. I mean,
I'm so excited.
Yeah, my only goal really is to like help out, man. I want you to have success. You know, like like I said, the culture you created here, what you're trying to do. It's not easy shit. You know what I mean? And a lot of us don't have a helping hand. You know, it's very rare for someone who's come before us and who's done it to reach back down and say, "Hey, man, let's go." You know, and so I'm happy to do it.
Oh, it's been super helpful, so thank you.
If I could use explicit instruction to guide me towards a better solution, I would. Now, I don't believe explicit instruction is helpful as people do. However, if the players advance, I would be more likely to use it than if they're a beginner. Yeah. I think beginners need more experience facing and solving problems than they do giving solutions. You were laying to cross part of your opponent's knee, and you had to do it step one. You see? Yes, you changed it. Now it immediately fucked me up. Okay, right? So it would be step one, step two. And then this first time your partner does something silly, they go that way, you're like, Coach, your first step didn't work. So that's why showing it is almost useless. Because the second the engagement changes, the solution must change. But if we give a generalized parameter, like anywhere in between the knees, we can respond to novelty. We can take that variability present and we can do something.
How have you found London so far? So you said it's your first time here.
Yeah, man.
You enjoyed yourself? You just got to see any sights
Yeah,
at
yeah.
all, or?
Well, you know, my friend Fiona trains with you, who I've known for quite a while, and she's been an amazing host. She took me all around the city. We walked everywhere. We ate everything. I've loved the food so far. It hasn't been strictly, I guess, English or British food or whatever, but it's been a smattering of different cultural foods, which has been fantastic, man. It's been great. Yeah? Let's give it a shot, folks. 1, 2, 3. Change top to bottom every time somebody wins.
I don't feel very photogenic today, guys.
Stop it.
My perm is not where it needs to be. Max says we need more meowing in our highlights.
No.
Let's go. Training, watching film.
I watch everything. Like I made a joke with them because Deontay Leon's been doing this thing where he gets a hard post in context. You start pulling it apart and you try to gain an understanding of it for yourself. The thing I would urge is, let's say we want to understand guard passing.
Do you have any plans to come like back to Europe anytime soon?
I don't know about Europe, but I definitely would come back here. And truly, man, you know, I like to prioritize people who prioritize me, who try to help me out. And especially with a comfortable place like this, I would come in like just train and hang out and just be a guy in the room. It'd be very enjoyable for me. So I'm going to come back here anytime you want, brother.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'd love to have you. So do you often feel like somewhat uncomfortable when you go and train in new places?
Not necessarily. I feel like I can sort of fit myself in anywhere, but it's do I want to be there?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
So you feel normally like you have to conform a little bit, and you feel less like that here, or?
no, it's more like, can I get more than just come here to work? You know, I feel like even though you brought me here to work and to teach or try to teach what I know, but I also find it comfortable just to be here and learning from you, taking your class, just being here, interacting with your guys. That makes me more motivated. Because what if I want to come here just for an extra week and I don't want to teach? I just want to take your classes. You know what I mean? This is a place where I would like doing that.
That's so amazing. So happy to hear that. That's amazing.
Sure.
One other thing I wanted to mention as well is just I know people have probably been giving you feedback on the sessions, but people have also been giving me feedback about it in general. And like the feedback's been incredibly good. Like everything's very, very positive. Even I think everyone was very motivated to come here, obviously, because it had to be fast. And one of the guys was saying like, you know, I expected it to be good, but it's surpassed my expectations as well, which is, I think you can't really get better feedback than that, really.
Well, it's really great for me to hear. You know, I mean, I love criticism. I'm not a guy that shies away from you telling me how much I'm messing up. Can I? Oh, I'm not gonna curse.
Yeah, no, you can cuss. Yeah.
How much
Express
I'm
yourself.
fucking up, you know what I mean? Like, I want to know, man. I don't want people just to praise me because they think I'm somebody. That's silly. Because people do treat you like that. Like when they think you're some kind of authority. I always tell people I'm a man of reason. So if I don't give you what you expected, or I don't fulfill the standard that you hold for what you think I am capable of, tell me. Tell me where I messed up. Tell me where I could have done a better job. Tell me where I did or didn't affect you. So I've been asking everyone that question because I always want to do a better job.
Yeah.
So any feedback, positive or negative, feels great either way. So
I'd really like to touch on that kind of point that you made about people essentially putting you on a pedestal.
Yeah.
As a coach, especially, like something I thought about a lot, and I always used to think like, well, you just don't do anything to put yourself on a pedestal, which is obvious. But then I now also think that you actually have to actively kind of bring yourself down because some people will just put you there no matter how you behave. So would you agree that you kind of have to?
You do. I think you have to really control yourself because as you gain influence, people give you undue respect. They treat you in a way that you haven't earned. And so you have to make sure you should always earn that with your efforts, with your work, with your rigor, with your honesty. And I try to keep that true to myself all the time because I'm not here to be some guy. I'm just here to do a job. Yeah. And I always want to make sure I'm doing an effective job. So again, that's how I control this, you know, from getting put up on a pedestal because I don't really want a fucking pedestal, man. I'll kick it out from underneath myself, you know? But yeah, man, you have to be careful. Anytime you gain recognition, authority, fame, whatever, people, again, treat you in a way that you haven't earned.
Yeah.
It's not right.
Box on, big party, let's go!
Stability, just as you train. Time, relax.
I know, obviously, you have your own gym, Standard Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
Amazing things happening from there. Obviously, you just had DeAndre qualify for ADCC, which is
Yeah.
amazing. I know you've put a lot of time, focus, effort, blood, sweat, tears
Yeah.
into what you do.
For sure.
Must have been a good feeling to have it like validated in such a big, important way.
Yeah. So I find the athlete-coach, relationship sacred. When someone comes to you and says, "Hey, I have this goal. I want to accomplish this thing," and you tell them, "I will help you accomplish it," there's a bond. You're going to ask them to do things that are going to be difficult. They're going to stretch themselves out there. They're going to expose themselves to potential failure. You both are going to share the burden of that responsibility. So being able to tell him I could take him somewhere and finalizing and realizing it as a goal kind of, justified that bond, justified the things that we were doing, justified the things that I asked him to do. So the main feeling I felt was pride in him and relief that he got to feel the efforts of his hard work. Because that hard work can feel really bad. It can feel very heavy. So that moment for him was beautiful for me to see the release of achieving everything that he worked for.
Yeah.
And so it was a great feeling,
That's awesome to hear as well. I was happy just seeing it like as someone who's like trying to use this approach to teaching and just like seeing him. I feel like I'm somewhat, obviously nowhere near to the extent you are. I'm invested in his success, your success as well. Just
we're getting a lot of love for him and his brother and our students. People like to see our guys go out there and do their thing, and we are doing something different. And it's just a nice way to say, hey, we have a different type of program. We have a different way that we're approaching this thing, and which we think is very effective and efficient. And it really separates us from the traditional way that people are doing things. And to showcase that and what we can produce with it, and I say what we can because we have to continue to try to see how consistent we can produce these outcomes before we say this is the way.
Sure.
But it was still nice to see the efforts of our ideas be reflected in that success. So.
Yeah, awesome. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your gym?
Oh yeah, so we allow all visitors to come train for free. We are really trying to show what we do, and we want people to come train with our guys. We want them to experience our program, to try it within our culture. So this is always an open invitation, man. You guys want to come across the pond and come train with us? Everyone can come. I've already invited a few guys here. And then of course those of you in the US who are watching this right now, my gym's open to you guys as well. You never have to call, you don't have to email, just show up and let's get to work, This is a great opportunity. I know, we didn't know each other from Adam. You took a risk. You asked people to pay money. You brought me over here. You didn't know what I was going to be like. You didn't know what program I was going to run. So I really appreciate that trust and allowing me this opportunity to share with you guys what I've been developing.
Well, you earned it, like you said.
Yeah,
So yeah.
to some degree.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, brother. You're welcome, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.